guys, welcome to another video. Today we'll be reviewing Unbreakable. This one came out in 2000 and was directed by M. Night Shyamalan and stars Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson. Now before we start, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the post notification bell so you know if there's a video, and let's just start. Let's start talking about the good. So all the actors and actresses are fantastic in this film, especially Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson. They are very, very good in this film. There's a great dynamic between Bruce Willis's character and Samuel L. Jackson, or David Dunn and Mr. Glass or Elijah Price. Those two characters have a great dynamic between them in the film, and they are the lead characters in this film, and they're very, very good. The opening sequence, which is Elijah Price's birth, great opening sequence. It works for the film because this is more David Dunn's story than Mr. Glass, but it is still very much a Mr. Glass or Elijah Price film. The opening credits with Bruce Willis on the train, it was great. It was a great opening credit sequence. That entire sequence works because of what happens afterwards with the train crash and him surviving, and I think it works very, very well. The cinematography, which of course includes shots of cameras, lighting, fantastic. M. Night Shyamalan does a great job with the cinematography in this film, especially for what he was able to do in the year 2000 with a sort of superhero film like this. This is a very, very different superhero film. And I think the cinematography and what he was able to do was very, very well done. The first act of the film was fantastic. They introduced the characters very well. Elijah Price, David Dunn, and his son, very, very good characters, and they're all introduced perfectly. Elijah Price, now there's a sequence where he is a child, and it's sort of a backstory sequence, where he's on the playground and his bones start to break. It is horrifying. It is in the first act of the film. It is one of the most tense sequences in the entire film because his mother is just there screaming. His bones are breaking. It's just fantastic. Fantastic. The entire sequence alone is easily one of the most tense sequences of this entire Unbreakable trilogy. The train crash sequence is great. David Dunn is the only person to survive that train crash, and that plot point carries throughout the entire series of the 3 films. And I think it works very well because it shows that superhero aspect of David Dunn. Like I said, the superhero aspects in this film are very, very well done. M. Night Shyamalan does a very, very different take on the superhero genre for this film, because there are some sequences in this film that feel like a superhero film, but a superhero film that only M. Night Shyamalan could do. And I thought it was great. David Dunn and Elijah Price, their relationship is handled very, very well. David Dunn and Elijah Price are in the film together throughout some sequences of the film. They're not in it all the way throughout the entire film together, but the sequences where they are together, like the sequence where they're just talking and they're talking with their son, about Joseph, it's awesome. It's very, very well done, and some of those sequences are tense. And Elijah Price, Samuel Jackson does a great job, and Bruce Willis does a fantastic job. The second act of the film is very, very well paced. I think that M. Night Shyamalan always does a great job with his second acts, because usually they can feel a little bit slow, but in this film, it's well paced, and the characters get a lot more to do in the second act. There is also a great workout scene where David Dunn and his son Joseph Dunn, Joseph keeps putting weights on David Dunn's workouts, and he keeps putting on the weights, and then in the end he reveals that he put all of them on there and David Dunn can still lift it, and that's when David Dunn first finds out that he actually is a superhero, and it is awesome. And it also has a fantastic comic book feel to the entire film. Some sequences take place in an actual comic book store, which I thought was great because the lighting for the store is awesome. The hero and villain section, fantastic, and it works for this film very, very well. And just the overall comic book feel, very, very well done. There's also some great flashback sequences, mainly with David Dunn and Elijah Price. And I think they're handled well because in this type of film, you need those backstory sequences sort of constantly in this film as a reminder of what Elijah Price's character was like before he was in the wheelchair. And David Dunn and his relationship with his son, you need those flashbacks, and I think they're very, very well done. There are also many tense sequences in this film. M. Night Shyamalan knows how to make tense sequences and build the tension, because there are a lot of tense sequences in this film, mainly the third act, which I'll get to later, But Elijah Price and David Dunn, they're awesome in those tense sequences. There are also some hilarious sequences, mainly with Samuel L. Jackson's character. He is funny in this character, but in a weird way. Um, Basically, in only a way that Elijah Price could be funny, and I think it works very, very well. There is also some fantastic dialogue. M. Night Shyamalan knows how to write his scripts. I'm pretty sure he wrote the script for this film, and the dialogue is fantastic. The story is great. And like I said, it's a very, very unique story, different take on the superhero genre, and the story overall was very, very well done. And it does have some emotional sequences which add to another level of Elijah Price's character. James Newton Howard's score is fantastic. I really, really liked his Unbreakable score for this film because it sort of has that sci-fi action thriller feel to it, but also a like hint of horror to it. And James Newton Howard just did a great job with the score. There is also a great cameo from M. Night Shyamalan. He does a cameo in almost all his films, and it's great. The third act of the film was also very, very well done. I really enjoyed the third act of the film. It was fun, it was very entertaining, and there are a lot of reveals in that third act, which I'll get to right now, which is a fantastic twist ending sequence. M. Night Shyamalan knows how to do his twists in films. Some films may not have the best of twists, but this one is definitely one of his best twists in any film that he's ever done. And spoilers, Elijah Price was the mastermind since the beginning. He, of course, planned that train crash with David Dunn, and surprisingly, he was the only one to survive it. And just the entire ending sequence, like I said, is still tense. There's tension that is built up from the opening sequence all the way to the ending, and it's fantastic. So the twist reveal I thought was very, very well done. That's about it. There's nothing bad about this film. Unbreakable is a phenomenal thriller film. It's one of my favorite thriller films of all time, and I highly recommend it. And I'm going to give Unbreakable an A. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the post notification bell so you know if a free video. I'm Peter. Thank you for watching.